Check me out, dog. Roll the window up, man. Wow. Ain't no better, dog, brother. The son of a king. I'm Balenciaga. I might just wear collar. I might just wear the Pradas. But I'm thinking long term, so I might say the dollars. We ain't no better. I'm just being honest. I should have went to college, but I was thinking violence. It's a one West world. We the fucking loudest. Break it down, we break ground. We don't break no damn promise. Let's get active, dog. Don't tell me how you feel about it. Can't saying too much. They ain't learn enough. You maxed out the first quarter. I'm still warming up. These niggas tossing up a brick. They can't score with us. Who gonna come against us? On the Lord with us. The niggas around for you. Hope they rise till they crash. Put my name in your mouth. I'll put my belt in your ass. I ain't running no race. I just hope that I last. All the niggas you look up to, I consider them trash. Only time you seen that leader was in Wayne hand. Niggas will dab you, then pop you with the same hand. I'm a main player, I stick to the game plan. He don't really fuck with you, that's your main man. You them niggas came through and made your city hot. Yep, said he in the field, but he really not. I ain't casting no stone, I just let him rock. And that's the kind of story they gon' read about. But if it's war, it ain't no tapping out. Grip still heat, spit like a dragon mouth.
Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Baruch Thumb to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Lathan Bashem Yahushai. I'm Priest and Officer Kamaga holding it down from Southern California. And we also covering Vegas. This is the Lashawan Qadash class every Friday. You should be tuning in. We are getting ready. This is a class to get you ready for the Sabbath services, right? So the Lashawan Qadash, we go into the characters, we pronounce the characters, we get familiar with the characters, and then also we go into some of the 49 verses that we are going to be covering tomorrow in a Sabbath service. Also, if you have any questions, you can also put them down in the comments. You want to learn how to say something, right? We could help you with that as well. Right, the Lashawan Qadash. What is the Lashawan Qadash? Lashawan Qadash, right here is the ancient characters right here, right? These are not letters. These are characters, right? These are the ancient characters, which today they call biblical Hebrew. The biblical Hebrew and the modern Hebrew have nothing in common. The biblical Hebrew and the Yiddish have nothing in common. Two separate languages. One belongs to the bastards, right? The small hat bastard. And the other belongs to God's chosen people who are black, so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? We are God's chosen people according to the Bible. All right. So again, these are the ancient characters, and we also have the Assyrian characters. The difference is that these characters were evolved in the Assyrian captivity. These are the characters that you would, if you was to buy a Tanakh, so like if you was to buy a Torah, these are the characters that you would be seeing in that Torah, right? But again, the way we pronounce the ancient characters is the same way we pronounce the Assyrian characters, right? There is no vowels. There is no little point system, right? These are just consonants. According to the biblical Hebrew, you only have consonants. right? La, sha, wa, na, qua, da, sha. When they come together, right? Two or more characters make a word, right? So Lashawan, the root word would be Lashan, which means tongue. Or you have a Y in here, which means the doing of the tongue. I mean, the doing of the action of the tongue, right? So Lashawan, you have a la, a sha. So like a la, a sha. These are pronounced singularly. That's why we have these characters. I mean, these connectors, right? This connector, when it's upside down, you want to look at it as a dot. It stands alone, right? Even the Y, one. Now when it's up, when it's like a smile, you want to think about it two, right? Two, because these are joined together. You have la, sha, the Y and the na come together. Now you pronounce one. Here you have qua, right? Think about it one because it stands alone. Qua is pronounced by the character itself. And then you have the da and the sha, they come together. It's two. So this connector joins them together with the sha, the ah, right? So here we have la, sha, which we cover here, and you have one. Well, it'll be wa and the na. But when they join together, here it'll have a na. The a falls off to make one. Then you have qua and then dash, right? Dash. So it'll be da and the sha. The I falls off and it makes sha, quadash, right? So this is 22 characters in the ancient, 27 characters in the Assyrian. And I'm going to show you right now, once we start writing down the characters and pronouncing them, right? So again, la, sha, one, quadash. Now, what does it mean? Again, the root word is lashan, which means tongue. Qadash means holy. Holy means separate, set apart. So this is a language, a holy language, a set apart language unto Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? It's a language that's given by the Most High to Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans only. Right? What the bastard has done, right? The small hat bastard, the imposter, he has bastardized our language, right? He has bastardized our language. That says we have to come back to our roots because this is our heritage, according to the Bible. Now we're going to go into the characters. Hey, Shalom, Yashua Lion Paul. So let's start off. We have an I, Ba, Ga, Da. Right now, when you look at the shield, right? You look at the shield, the imposter himself does not know what this means, right? They call it a Star of David. But in the Yiddish, they say, or the modern Hebrew, they say Magin David. But in the ancient, this is a Magan Dawada, which is Dawada. Magan means shield. Dawada is King David's name, and you have two das, right? That is his signet. He's a king. Two das. That is his signature. He inverted one, and if you would see like back in the day, it'll be like this. The Y would how do you say, solidify the da. You'll have the wa, so you know he hit you with the two das and then ba, like that, right? So you have two das. The imposter himself does not know what this means. They do not know what that means. You know, the imposter doesn't know anything. That's why he calls it the star, where it's not a star. It's a magun, and they themselves say magin. You know, they're idiots. Why would you say star if you say magin? So abagada wa no salaka ha ha wa za kha kha sa ya ka ka la ma na sa I. This again. I. Pa. Taza. Hua. Ra. Sha. Tha. Now we're going to do the Assyrian. So ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, kha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. I'm going to read these out loud. I never noticed the twice on the shield. All praise Khan. Oh yeah, Khan. If you see, you talking about the other little shield in the middle, right? That's from ancient, from back in the day. I'm not gonna say ancient today, so like that's the most high. But back in the day, that's how you will see it, right? And in the UPK, the Israelite school, Universal Practical Knowledge is the only school that has the that carries the how would I say it? Right, the Bible says the things that were so like I don't want to paraphrase it. I gotta get that scripture. Basically, we do what the men of old did, right? In other words. So this how we gonna start it off with the A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za. That again. Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Ta, Za, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. Again. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Ha, Ta, Za, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. Now, I had mentioned earlier that there's 22 characters in the ancient, and there's 27 characters. That's because there's 5 characters that are double characters. So we have the Ka. All right, so I'm gonna underline the upper character in blue. And I'm gonna tell you why. Oh, Salaki. So it is the Ka, the Ma, the Na, the Pa, and Taza. These characters you will only see when it comes to a word in the middle, so like in the beginning or middle of a word. All right, that's why I underlined it in the blue. Because these characters, when it comes to a word, you will only see it at the beginning or middle of a word. And I'm going to underline the bottom character in red. These same 5 characters, the Ka, the Ma, the Na, the Pa, and Taza, these characters now will only be seen at the end of a word. That's what you gotta get familiar. It's easier to get familiar with the ancient Hebrew than it is with the Assyrian Hebrew. But you got to get familiar with the Assyrian because there's some double characters, 5 characters that are double characters, right? And if you're not trained with the I, you might confuse, like I was saying in the past, that the Da looks similar to the Ka, right? To this Ka. And another one, what's the other one that I had mentioned? Oh yeah, Khan. The na and the wa. If you're not trained with the I, you might confuse these. The na and the wa, right? You might confuse those when it comes to reading the Assyrian, right? So I'm gonna leave this up real quick. I'm gonna check for the for the verses we're gonna go into. This week we are reading, starting off of Genesis 20 to like a 47. Starting off of Genesis 47 and 2. I'm gonna write it down on the board right now. Through Genesis 48 and 19. So through Genesis 48 and 19. Now the verses that I'm gonna cover are gonna start off. Let me see, Salakia. I'm gonna start off verse Genesis 48 and 8. Genesis 48 and 8. We're gonna get it in the Hebrew, and then I'm gonna jump down, all right, just to kind of give you the context of what we are going to go into. All right, so last week we covered how Joseph brought his family into Egypt. All right, this is now when Jacob and his sons are now dwelling in Egypt, in the land of Goshen. So we are covering Genesis 47 and 2 through 48 and what I say? It's a lot. And 19. And we are going to go over Genesis 48, and we're going to start off on verse 8. So if y'all have y'all Bibles, open up your Bible. Open up your Bible on your own time. Read, Genesis chapter 47 and 48. So you can get familiar with what's going to be covered in tomorrow's 49 verses in the Sabbath service. All right, so I'm going to write them down, and then I'm going to go also into the Blue Letter Bible. So by now, y'all should know this first word, right? This word comes up a lot. So we have Waya Amar. You have Waya Dabar, Waya Amar. So Wa. Wa Ya Waya Amar. All right, if y'all know what Waya Amar means, without looking into the what's this? Without looking into the Bible, put it down in the chat. So Waya Amar Yawasat. Waya Amar, Yawasat. So lock in, I mean, okay, so lock in. Ow. Let me see somebody responded. Got my sword, I'm following. God. So we had Waya Amar, Yawasap, Ow, Abyawa, Abya, Abyawa. Banya, Banya, Hum, Ashar, Nathan, Nathan, Laya, me, Alahayim, Ba, Za, Baza, and this, Wa, Ya Amar, Wa Ya Amar, Kwak, Kwakma, bring them, bring them ma I pray thee. Alia. Unto me. Unto me. Wa. Wa abarakma. Wa abarakma. And I will bless them. So here we have Genesis 48 and 9. Salakia, I was supposed to start at verse 48. Salakia. I'll just read 48. And Israel beheld Joseph's sons and said, who are these? Right? So Joseph is introducing his sons. So here we have verse 9. Waya Amar. Right? So wa is a preposition. Wa is a preposition. It means and. Right? So Waya Amar. Amar is said. That is the root word. Right? The root word is Amar. Let me get this. So Amar is said, but it also means to say, speak, utter. Right? Really is, and he said, right? Because you have a ya here, which is you're gonna see the same thing here. Waya Amar, right? But the way blacks and Latinos speak, we speak pretty fast, right? Sometimes we leave words out. And we speak in slang, right? That's how you know that this is black and Latino language, right? Because this is how the Lord speaks, right? They make fun of us for speaking Ebonics and speaking slang, right? When the whole world, when they listen to a song, whether it's Spanish or English, right? They love it. But yet, you know, they think we from the ghetto, we ghetto, you know, we ignorant, but we are the most smartest people in the world because the Lord said we are special. Right? So Waya Amar and said, and he said, right? Yawasap, Joseph, Ow. Ow means over. So like an ow means unto. Toward, to. Right? Unto. Abyawa. So here we have a possessive, which means his. Right? The root word is father. right? Abya, that's another possessive, which means my or me, right? Abya wa. So the root word is father. So abya wa. The wa here means he or his. All right, let me double check. I know it's his for sure. Khan, he or his. So abya wa means his father. Banya, right? You have a possessive here, which means my or me. Bun is son. Banya, my son. Hum. Hum could also be used as a possessive. As a possessive, it also means they. They or it means they, their, them, right? In the masculine way, in the masculine. In the feminine, it'll be hun, right? But here we have hum, so they, which can mean their, they, them. Ashar. I'm giving you the biblical use. I mean, it has the manner and also the biblical usage, which means ashar can mean which, who, whom, right? And then we have Nathan. Nathan, which means to give, right? So hath, give, given, laya. So here, laya, this will be the me, right? Because the ya is me or my. You have a la, right? And again, the way that it'll be, the la means two or four, right? So here is whom, so like a they whom had given to me God, right? Their sons his sons that were given to him by God. Alahayim, which Alahayim can mean rulers, judges, angels, God. I think there's one more. Powers, right? Powers. And then God Himself, right? Ba za. So the ba is a preposition. It means in. And then we have the za. Za is the root word, which means this one here, which, this, that, the one, the other, another, right? So this is the root word, za, which means this. And again, we have wa, ya, amar. So wa and ya, he, and then we have the root word, amar, which means say, speak, utter, say. Come. So like a quack, quackma, which the root word is la quack. The root word is la quack. And this means bring them. It means fetch. Bring, right? Bring, so bring them. So this will be the root word in here, which comes from laquach, which means to bring. So na, I pray, right? Or please, I pray, right? That's the word. And then we have auya. So this will be the root word, which means unto. So like an ow. Ow is a root word. Ya is a possessive. Means me or my. Then we have wa, preposition, and a. So like it. So like wa abarakma. Wa abarakma. So the I here is I. Barak is the root word, which means bless. And the ma Salat. Okay, let me see. I don't have the ma here. Let me see something. It is a Barakma. Let me see if I can find the ma in my other notes. Okay, so like I don't have the ma on this one, right? But I'm going with this with the them. Right, so wa a, so ni, barak ma. Right, barak is blessed. I would say salakia. Not 100% sure. I have to double check on that next week. The ma would be the them. All right, so let's go to the blue letter Bible. Hey, shalom, Magin Israel. And we have shalom, sis. I can't see that, too small and blurry. Salak, sis. If you can, I'm not sure, but through my phone, I could zoom in as the class is going, or you can always come back to the class and zoom in on your phone. But I'm also going to present it on the Blue Letter Bible, just in case. So no sweat. This is Genesis 48 and 9. Right, and we always do forward line. Let's see. Let me share this. Let me do this all the way. Like that. So we do forward line. Right, when you go into the Blue Letter Bible, sometimes it depends. It'll have these boxes checked out. Right, so if you see this where it has these dots and lines, you want to uncheck that, because in the biblical Hebrew is only the consonants. There is no vowels. That's made up by the oppressor, by the imposter, right? So we do forward line. Forward line is because the way it is written here is the same way it's broken down here, right? So we have Waya Omar. Again, Wa is a preposition that means and. The Ya is also a preposition that mean he. Amar means to say, speak, utter. So said, and he said, right? But the way that we speak, it'll just be and said Yahweh and said Joseph, right? We're not gonna say and he said Joseph, right? Because now it sounds like he's talking about Joseph, right? But and said Joseph, ow, which means unto, abya what, which is ab, so like an abba is father, right? The ya as a possessive means my or me, so right, my father or his father, right? Abya. So like there is no let me double check that. So like here. So like it's Abya. Abya was, so the Y is the possessive. So like the Y is the possessive, which means his or he. Oh, so like a his or where do I have it? Kind of he or his, right? So Abyawa, his father, Banya. So Bun is son, the Ya is my son. Ham, which means their, them, they in the masculine. Ashar, which means who, which, right? Whom. Nathan, which means given, right? And then what you want to do also is go down here. Is going to pull up the Strong's 4-5. So like a H5414. You click on that. I forgot to go on here, so it'll give you the Hebrew Nathan, right? Even though it has these little dots under the characters, you ignore that. So it'll just be Nathan in the following manner. So it gives you how many times Nathan is used in this context: to give, to put, to deliver, made, right? So it means to give. So we go back, right? Had given, laya, right? So the la, which means to or for, and then the ya, the la is a preposition, the ya is a possessive, which would be me, for me, to me. Alahayim, right? Which the Yiddish man would say Elohim, right? Elohim. That sounds weak. Elohim, but it's Alahayim, which means could mean, right? You get 2,346 times. It means God, God judge, God one time. God, right? So rulers, judges, divine ones, angels, God, and then it tells you the true God. Right? So this is God, forgiving me, God. Ba is a preposition to mean in or on. Za means this. Waya Amar, again, this word comes up so much in like basically in every chapter, I would say. Waya Amar, and he said. Right, we already covered that. Kwakma, Let's see. So Quack. Quackma. So quack is the root word that comes from la quack. La quack you see down here, that is the root word. La quack. And when you click on that, it gives you the Strongs where it comes from, la quack. It tells you take, receive, take away, fetch, bring. Right, so bring, to take in hand. Right, but in this context, it's bring. Bring bring them. So the ma is the them. Bring them. Na'a, so like a na, pray. Right, I pray thee. Awya. Aw means unto. The ya is me or my. Unto me. Wa'a, which is and I. Barakma. Barak is the root word. You have it down here. Barak. You see how that changes? You have baraka as the root word itself. You have the baraka, but the ka changes. Right? You gotta be careful of that. It's still pronounced the same way. Barak. So wa'a barakma. And the ma is them, right? So wa'a barakma. So and I bless them, and I will bless them. Right. So Jacob, Israel, asked Joseph to bring them to him so he can bless them. Now we're gonna go into okay. So Lion Paul, right? What about Barakatha? Okay, so Barakatha is bless you. You're right. Barakatha means bless you. Barak a thumb. So there is no U's in the there's no O's, no U's, no E's, right? There is no vowels. That is the imposter's system. That is the imposter's bastard way, right? So it is Barak a thumb, which would be plural, right? More than one. So it is Barak a thumb, but the thumb is, if you was to be like, let's say spelling it in English, THAM, thumb, right? But Salaki, I know what you mean, right? Barakatah, Barakathum, bless you, bless them, bless y'all, right? That's how we speak. Bless y'all. So let me turn this over, and we're gonna go into. Let me see another verse. I'm gonna skip down just to see. Let me see. Right, as I'm writing it down, going to the next verse, I'm gonna just break down. Let me see when we're gonna start off. We got okay, we're at an hour. Let's see, and right, because of Israel's old age, he couldn't see properly, so he needed to. He was about to bless Manasseh and Ephraim, which in the Hebrew is Manasseh and Apariah. He was going to bless the seed of Joseph. Now let's go. We'll do verse 14. We're going to skip to verse 14. This one's pretty long. Okay. So Genesis 48 and 14. So this is right before, this is after Joseph takes verse 13. Joseph took both Ephraim in his right hand towards Israel's left hand, and Manasseh in his left hand towards Israel's right hand, and brought them near unto him. So what he was going to do is Manasseh, because he's the oldest and he gets the birthright, right? Because that is that is our heritage. We give the inheritance to the firstborn. So he took Manasseh on his left hand towards Jacob's right hand, and he took Ephraim on his right hand towards his left hand, right? Because everything we do is with the right hand. The Lord does everything on the right. If you notice in the Hebrew, everything's right to left, right? But the oppressor comes, and because he's against God and he hates God, he does everything against God. Now everything is written left to right, right? So Jacob was going to bless one of the brothers, right, with his right hand. So verse 14, Genesis. Let me see the other marker. Here we go. Let me make sure I got the right scripture this time. Vayashalach. Vayashalach. And so like I said, I got a marker with ink this time. And stretched out. Waya Shalak. Yasher Allah. Israel. Ath. Ya. Yamayanwa. Yamayanwa. His right. His right hand. Wayashah. Wayashah and laid. Ow. upon Ra'ash head Aparayim. Ephraim's. Ephraim's. Wa Hana. So like a Waha. Wahawa. Hu. Ha. Taza Ayar. So Ha. Taza I. Ha Tazayar, the younger. Wa'ath. And Shama'awa. Shama'awa. His left hand. Al. Upon. Ra'ash. Head. Manashah. Manasseh's Shakal. Shakal, guiding wittingly. Wittingly, Ath. Yad Yawah. Yad Yawah, his hands. Kaya for Manasha. Manessa. Manessa. Ha. Habakawar. Habakawar, the firstborn. The firstborn. So in the English, 48 and 14 in the Genesis. And Israel stretched out his right hand and laid it upon Ephraim's head, who was the younger, and his left hand upon Manasseh's head, guiding his hands wittingly. For Manasseh was the firstborn. So this is Israel crossing his hands and blessing Ephraim first, and then Manasseh. Right. So in the Hebrew, it is Wa. So Wa and, right? Wa is and. That's a possessive. Yashalak. The root word is shalak. Shalak, which means or you could use it in this manner, right? The biblical usage, right? And I'll show you how many times it's used in this context. So it means you could use it as to send, send away, let go, stretch out, right? To stretch, extend, direct. So stretch out. That is the root word. Shalach. So why Yashalach? Yasher Allah, which is Israel in the Hebrew. Ath. Ath is a direct object maker. Let me get this. Where do I see it? So, like, bear with me real quick. Let me see if I can find something. So Ath, right? Ath. So the Ath is dealing with verbs a lot of the time, right? So Ath is dealing with verbs, and Ath will be used to specify what verb is relating to. Right. So when we look this up, what the verb is relating to. And then we look up direct. a direct object maker, right, is a word or symbol that indicates the direct object of a word. Same thing, right? So the verb is him blessing, the doing of the blessing, right? And who is he doing it for? He's doing it for the children of Joseph. So here we have Ah. Let me go back. Here we go. Right. So yum yun wa. So yum yun is right. Right. Yum yun is right or right hand. Right. So if you wanna turn to the right, yum yun. You turn to the right. Right. Yum yun also means right hand. So here we have yum yun is right hand. Right hand. And then we have wa. That's a possessive. Or so a preposition is like a prefix. Possessive is a suffix, right? So here the suffix is he or his. So his right hand. Yun wa. Then we have wa and shayath. So the root word is shayath, which is to put, lay in the context of hand upon, right? To put hand upon or lay hand upon. And laid, right? The tha is the Salakia. So wa yashath. So the root word is shayath. Shayath is the root word, which means laid. Al is over or upon. Al. Ra'ash. Ra'ash is head, which is also the character in the ancient, right? That the Ra is Ra'ash. That's a head. All right, that's another thing. Ra'ash. Right? So head, Aparayim, Ephraim, which Ephraim means I, fruitful. I'm, because the I means I or I am, right? And then par, what is it? Parya. Let me get it. Salakia. Right, Salakia, but the yum means fruit. Par, the yum, it's fruit is fruitful. The yum is plural, right? The yum. So Aparium, that's Joseph's son's name. Or am I? Wa Hawa. Wa Hawa. right? It could be used in this following manner: that, him, same, this, he, which, who. Why, how, what, how. It's like a why, how, what. Who, ha is a preposition or prefix. The, and the root word is taza yar, which means little, younger. So like a young, younger, youngest. Ha taza ayar, the younger. Wa'af, and right preposition, and that's the af. Af is the direct object maker of the verb. Shama all. Shama all is left, right? Left hand. The wa is a possessive. Means his, he or his. Shama alwa. I'll. I'll means upon or on. Ra'ash, again, head. Manashah, that's Manasseh, the son of Joseph. Shanal. That. Or so like that's Shakal. Shakal, to be prudent, wisely. So like a wisely understand. Right, meaning guiding wittingly. So wisely guiding. Right, he wisely did that. Af. Yadyan. So like a yad yawa. From the root word yad. Yad yawa. So the root word is yad, means hand, hands. And the wa means he or his, right? So yad yawa, so his hands. Kaya, for. Manasha, ha, preposition, the. Baka war, firstborn. That is the root word. Baka war, firstborn. Let's go to the blue letter real quick. So the brother, let me see. Hey, the water. Yabashim Shabrakata to the brother line Paul, the water for tuning in. Not. Where we at? Let's present this. We are at 48 and 14. Forward line. Let's get it. Why a shalach? Why is a preposition that means and. Shalach is the root word, which means stretched out. Don't believe me? We'll look it up. Right? Don't believe anything I say. You know, that's the reason why we go into the blue letter Bible. Because you have people that say they believe in the Bible, but when you prove them wrong, or they start to see that what they believe is false, then they'll say, Oh, but the Bible was translated thousands of times. Well, no sweat. Let's go to the original language, which it was translated from. So here we have shalach, which means to send, send away, let go, stretch out. And stretched out, Yasher Allah, Israel, Ath, Yamyan wa. Yamyan is a root word. You see it down here. Yamyan, which means right. Speaking about the right hand. The wa is a possessive that means his, he or his as a possessive. Wa yashaf. The root word is shayah, which means to lay. To lay. And just so you can see in the context, so the Y is and let's go to 87896. You look it up, right? To put, say, to put, lay upon, hand upon. So speaking about the when it says here yum yun, the right, speaking about the hand upon. Aisle, when you look it up, it means upon, and it also means so like an over. I think I said on. Okay. There we go. Upon, in, on, over. So I was right. Upon, in, on, over. And it also has other meanings, right? You can also look it up. Where is it? It doesn't tell you here how many times it was used. Okay, so Al, Ra'ash, head, Aparayim, that's Joseph's son's name, Ephraim, which means I'm fruitful. Wahawa'ah, which means who. Let's look this up so you can see other meanings or manners of the usage. So that, him, same, this, he, which, who, such, we're in. So who. Ha taza'ayar. So ha is the preposition. The taza'ayar down here is the root word, which means young, younger, youngest. Wa'ath, in. Shama'al is the root word. Shama'al, which means left. Right? The verb is the hand. I mean, so like speaking about the hand, and the wa here is a possessive to mean his. So left hand, his, right? His left hand. Aisle, again, upon. Ra'ash, Manashah, Shakal, which Shakal means wise. Let's see. Understand, wise, prosper, wisely, prudent. Wittingly. Yad Yawa. So yad is the root word, means hand. Y is a possessive, means his. Kaya, for. It also has, let me see what else you can use. Kaya. Kaya, that because, for. That because, most of the time, that's when you see kaya, it'll be that because, or it'll be because or for. Manasha, Ha bakawar. So ha possessive the bakawar down here is a root word bakawar, and it means firstborn. Let's go. Let's see what other verse I'm going to go into. Kind of skip down. Slovakia. I'm going to read verse 17 just so you'll see what Joseph saw. And when Joseph saw that his father laid his right hand upon the head of Ephraim, it displeased him, right? Because Manasseh is the firstborn, and he held up his father's hand to remove it from Ephraim's head unto Manasseh's head. I'm gonna just read down, and then I'm gonna get the verse 19. We're gonna break down verse 19. And Joseph said unto his father, not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head. Right, so we're gonna get verse 19. Let me turn this over. And the water for still rocking with me. Also, another thing I wanted to say is that if you own an Android, right, there's an app you could download, and the water to Officer Hazahav. Right, I got this app from Officer Hazahav. You cannot download this app in the on your iPhone. That's the only thing that's not good about the iPhone. But I'm gonna show it to you. I'm sure you can see. That's the app there. Is it blurry? That's the app, which is Hebrew Greek interlinear. Right on here, you could search up a word in the English, and it'll give you, like, let's say I want to look up priest. All right, I go to search, right, and then it gives me the scriptures where that word is used. Right, so it gives you both in the Old Testament and the New Testament, and then you scroll to the right, right, and it kind of paraphrases it. It paraphrases it, and then you go to the right, and it tells you the different. They might have different forms of. Let me see. So they all say Kahan, Kahan. Let me see if there's one that changes. Kahan, Kahan, Kahan. So there's one that changes here. Let me see, when I look it up, it means to cover. Okay, but anyways, it gives you here on the side, right, the word Kahan, Kahan. And it gives you the H, right, the Strongs, where you can find it. You go down, you know what I'm saying? So anything you want to look up, you could do it through this app. All right, so I have a lot. Let me put this back. What happened? Okay, so like something happened. All right, cool. The water. Right. So right, and if like let's say you use the app and you don't know how to pronounce it, you can always tune into class and let me know the Strongs, which will be H, you know, uh 3 to 4 digit number. Oh, so like I think it's like H1, and it goes down the line. But you can always, tell me, Salaka, sir, am I pronouncing this right? Is this correct? And we'll just double check it together. If there's anything, any name you want to look up, anything, right? If it's in the Bible, we could find it. So we're gonna do verse 19. Verse 19. So verse 19. Waya amar. So like a waya un. This Genesis 48:19. And Captain Tazaria has been destroying the Christians with this verse here. He's been destroying the Christians with this verse. Shout out to Captain Tazaria. So waya ma'an. And refused. And refused Abia what? His father. Waya Amar. And said, Ya Yada I Yada Ithya. I don't know. So like Ya Die Faya. Yadaithaya, Yadaithaya, Banya, my son, Yadaithaya, I know, I know, Gam, also, Hawa'a, he, Yaya, shall become La'aim, La'aim, a people, Wagam, and also Hawa'a, he, Yagadol, Yagadol shall be great, shall be great, Wa'a, Salaga, Wa'a Walam, Wa'a Walam, but truly, Akyawa, his brother, Ha, Khwatan, Khwatan, younger, Yagadol shall be great. So like it shall be greater. Mum, Noah. Mum Noah, then he. Then he, Wa Wazarai what? Wazarai what? And his seed. Yaya shall become shall become Mala Allah Ha Gayam of nations. Wow, a multitude ha ga Gayam of nations. All right. So in the English, Genesis 48 and 19. And his father refused and said, I know it. This is Jacob, right? Jacob refused. He said, I know it, my son. I know it. He also shall become a people, and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother shall be greater than he, and his seed shall be and his seed shall become a multitude of nations. All right. So in the Hebrew, they're speaking about, and then when I go into the blue letter, we'll break it down. Let me get these red and so why preposition or prefix. All right. Let me get the root word is ma'an. Ma'an, which means to refuse. That's the root word, ma'an. Refuse. Abya what? So Abba, father. The wa is a possessive, which means he or his. Abya what? His father. Wa and Ya Amar. And said. The root word is Amar. Said. Which Amar means to say, speak, utter. Ya um like it. Yadaitha. Yadaithaya. Yadaithaya. I know. All right? Which means to know, right? Yadaitha ya. Let me see the ya, the ya. Okay. Yadaitha ya. I know banya. The ya is a possessive, the suffix, my, me or my. Bun, son. That's the root word. Yadaitha ya. I know. Gum, gum. Okay, so it can mean also as, right? Also as, even, again, but also. Gum, hawa, he, ya ya. From the root word haya, which means to become, shall become. He shall become. La'ain. The root word is I'm. I'm is nation or people. Right? That's the root word. I'm. Nation of people. Haya is the root word. Become. All right. So haya means 4, 2, or 8. All right. So wagam, and also, again, wa, possessive, gum, also, hawa, he, ya means Salakia. Speaking about him, so the root word is gadol. Gadol, the root word, which means great, shall be great. Wa, shall be great. Awalam, awalam means but truly. So wa awalam, but truly, ach yawa. Ach is the root word, and his brother. The wa is a possessive. His. And then we have ha quatan. Ha quatan. Ha quatan. Quatan, which means young. Young. Right? So like it. Youngest, young. Ha quatan. Ha quatan. Gadol. So like a ya gadol. Again, greater. Gadol is great or greater. Mam nawa. Mam nawa. So the root word is mun. Let's see what is it. Nawa. Mam nawa. It means then he. Come then. Salaki. right? Van, Mamnawa, Van, Wa. The Wa is a preposition, and the root word is Zarai, which means seed. Then we have a possessive. I need another marker to separate the prepositions and the possessives. But Wa is his, because you won't be able to separate it, and gotta find a different marker. But so Wa and Zarai, seed, Wa his. Wa Zarai Wa. And his seed, Yaya. Yaya is become, right? From the root word Haya, become. And then we have Mala'ah. Malah. So like Malah. Malah, which it means to multitude. A multitude. Ha, preposition, which means of. And then Gayam. Gaya. Gaya is the root word, right? The yum is a Gaya, which means nation. Yum is a possessive, makes it plural. So nations. Gaya is nation. Gayam, nations. All right, let's go into the blue letter. Let me see what this brother said. Romans 11:3. Okay, so John 3:16. You don't know the Bible. Speaking about how the Gentiles are made a part of the faith that they repent. So that's the reason why we go into Genesis 48 and 19, where Jacob prophesied that Ephraim was going to become a multitude of nations. So nation, which in the Hebrew is Gaya or Gayam, in the New Testament is Gentile, which Gentile just means nation. Right? So Ephraim was going to become a multitude of nations. Right? So you don't know who the Gentiles are according to the Bible. It has context. You have other nations outside of the nation of Israel, and then it's speaking about Israel, the nation of Israel itself. You don't know the Bible. You should continue to come to class so you can get the true understanding of John 3:16. You should tune in to either Wednesday's class or Thursday's class so you can get the proper breakdown, right, of John 3:16. The Bible says that the oppressor will be cut off. We don't say that. We just read the Bible. And you don't know the Bible, right? So that's the reason why we're going to go into let me see. Here we go. The reason why we're going to go into this. So like, let me Genesis 48. And 19. Forward line. Right? Wayama'an. So why it means is a preposition to mean and. Ma'an is a root word, ma'an, which means refuse. Abyawa. The root word is Abba down here, Abba, which means father. The Wa here, possessive, which means his, he or his. Waya, so Wa, preposition, and mean and. Amar said, which means to say, speak, utter. Yadaithaya, Yadaithaya. The root word is Yadai, Yadai, which means no. Bunya, bun is son. That's the root word. Bun, bun, and ya is my. That's the my, me or my. So bunya, my son. Yadaithaya, I know. Gum also. It also has other meanings. Let's see what the other meanings for gum. Gum also as even. Again, right? But mainly is used also 5 times, as 3 times, even 2 times. And then it has other times it was used. So gum, Hawa, so he, Yahaya, from the root word Haya, which means become. La'im, the root word is Im. Im is the root word which means people, a people. Wa, gum, so wa again, preposition, and gum also. Hawa, he, ya, dal. So like a ya gadol. Ya gadol, which means great. Gadol is the root word, means great. Wa, so like a wa awalam. The root awalam is the root word. Look it up. H199. H1999. It's like a 194. No. So like what is it? So like a H199, right? Which means but. Where am I? But or but truly. But truly. All right. Wa awalam, but truly. Ak yawa. Ak is the root word, which means brother. The wa means his. Ha Quatan, the root word is Quatan, which means young, younger, or youngest. Ya Gadol, again, Gadol is a root word which means great, greater. Mam Noah, so like a Mamanwa. So like that's the proper word. Mamanwa, which the root word is man, which means than he, right? Because you have a wa, mamanwa. So he, the wa is the my so like what is his or he, right? His or he. Mamanwa, the root word is man. Then wa zaraiwa. Wa and zarai, seed, which means to sow seed. It can mean to sow seed, offspring. Right? That's his offspring. Wa, so we look it up. Let's look it up. So Zarai. Zarai, seed, child, right? A sowing, offspring. Here we go. Seed, sowing, offspring. And then we have wa, possessive, and ya, haya, which means to become. Mala, multitude. Mala is a multitude, a multitude. Multitude. Ha, ga, yum, nations. So how did Ephraim become a multitude of nations when it's just one nation? That is because he, what you would say, he assimilated or converted to the religions, or he assimilated to the gods of the other nations. Right? That's how you become a Gentile. Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are Gentiles if they believe in Christianity, Catholicism, Islam, Buddhism, Krishna, all that garbage. All right. So John 3:16, if you let me read this. If you want to get the proper understanding of John 3:16, you tune in Wednesday or Thursday. Right? And the teacher will address Romans 11 and 23. I can't do it today because I'm teaching on this subject. Right? But if you want the proper understanding, and you want to battle, then tune in Wednesday or Thursday. With that, the water to the brothers and sisters that tuned in. I'm gonna get these security announcements. Let me I got it turned over. Security announcements. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this six-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 through 10 means 10th. In the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. The upcoming holy convocation is Purim, which is March 13 and 14. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black pants, so like a boots, shirt, pant, headband, war scarf. With that, the water for tuning in. Shalom to all the brothers. Yahweh Shem Yashai Barakatham. Shalom to all the sisters. Yahweh Shemal Atan Bashem Yahushai. Class dismissed.